Hey, do you understand what's going on? If not, that's okay because this video is going to show you. Water is a universal solvent because of its polarity. This means that it is a dissolving agent of a solution. The following demonstration will provide a further explanation.
In this experiment, we are testing out two different liquids. One beaker contains 250 milliliters of water, which will act as our control, and the other has 250 milliliters of liquid hand soap. 10 grams of table salt will be poured into both the water and the soap to test out the solubility of the salt in the two different liquids. The salt was dyed with green food coloring to show the contrast between the salt and liquid. The salt will dissolve much more easily into the water than the soap because water molecules have a polar arrangement of oxygen and hydrogen atoms. One side being hydrogen, which has a positive electrical charge, and the other side being oxygen, which has a negative charge. This allows the water molecule to become attracted to many other different types of molecule. Water can become heavily attracted to different molecules, such as salt, NaCl, that it can disrupt the attractive forces that hold the sodium and chloride in the salt molecule, and thus dissolve it. As you can see, after stirring the mixture, the salt has dissolved into the water, resulting in the cloudy green color. Now, with the liquid hand soap, after the salt was poured in, it does not really dissolve with the liquid. It just sits on the surface and does not penetrate through because of all the covalent bonds that make up the soap's composition. After stirring the salt-soap mixture, you can see that the salt is just clumping together instead of actually bonding with the liquid. This is because no bonds are formed between the two substances. The covalent bonds of the liquid hand soap are not as easily broken as the hydrogen bonds found in the water.
For this part, mouthwash will be poured into beakers that contain water and soap. Mouthwash is a chemotherapeutic agent used to enhance oral hygiene. Certain mouthwashes use fluoride to protect against cavities or tooth decay. Fluoride is a chemical ion of the element fluorine, in that fluoride has one extra electron that gives it a negative charge. In this experiment, this is fluoride mouthwash. As you can see, the particles in both the mouthwash and water mix very easily. This is similar to what happened to the dissolution of the salt in the water earlier. When the mouthwash is poured onto the liquid soap, it does not incorporate with it. It only sits on top of the soap, making it look somewhat like a vortex. This type of soap particularly contains various oils for fragrance and as a moisturizing component. Oil contains hydrocarbon chains. These are chains of carbon atoms bonded to hydrogens. The elements and structure of oils make them nonpolar or hydrophobic, which is water-fearing. This means that oil is not miscible or cannot be mixed with water since water is a polar solvent. This demonstration in which the fluoride mouthwash is mixed with water is important to living things because fluoride is most commonly associated with dental hygiene and tooth products. Water's versatility as a solvent is important to living organisms because it forms hydrogen bonds. It is not a base or an acid and it does not conduct electricity. Water preserves chemical equilibrium within living cells and transport nutrients and waste within organisms. Basically, water is vital to the survival of organisms.